So I'm in a coffee shop. I'm trying to be quiet because there's people everywhere. But I am interviewing a couple of people today for a part-time position in my company. And we're doing it at this coffee shop, so that'll be fun. And I thought I'd bring y'all along for the ride. I've got some other things to do today, so I thought it would just be a good day to vlog. Hopefully you can hear me okay, but yeah. Okay, so interviews are over for today. I have another one. Wow, the back of my car is a disaster and you can see it, sorry. I have another one tomorrow and then maybe one next week. We're trying to get scheduled, but I don't know. It's always fun to interview people because it's fun to see like what they want to do and you know, what skill sets they have and all of that good jazz. I'm one of those annoying people who has to get all the groceries in one trip, but I didn't have that many today, but still, like one trip master. I am back home and I just put a barbecue chicken pizza in the oven for myself for lunch. Where I was in town today doing the interviews, there was only like one fast food restaurant on that side and it's McDonald's. And ever since COVID and them stopping serving their salads, which how COVID affects us not being able to eat lettuce, I'll never know. I don't like anything at McDonald's, so I just decided to go to the grocery store, get a few things we needed anyway, and get myself some lunch. But yeah, so I did the interviews. Today was 2 interviews for the position, and tomorrow is 1. And it's so fun to like grow as a company to the point where we need more people. But it's also like a scary and stressful situation to hire people, like honestly. One of the big like core values I want to stick to as long as I possibly can is hiring locally. And I know that at some point I may not be able to do that. I may have to hire outside of my local area. And I'll use contractors and things like that that are not local because we don't have any local contractors anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I want to do that because I want to provide jobs locally as much as I can, because I remember when I just got started in the job market here in our small town trying to find jobs, and it's darn near impossible because either nobody wants to pay or there just aren't jobs that, you know, like you want to do or whatever. So for instance, I graduated college when I was 21 and I have a degree in advertising with a minor in business. And I go to like start applying. And by the way, we knew we wanted to stay here and live here because like we just always lived here. We both, my husband and I both, wish we would have moved off for like a little bit. We love that we live here now, but we wish we would have moved off for a little bit just to kind of explore and, you know, see if we wanted to go somewhere else. But anyway, we stayed here. We got married really young, stayed here. And I have this bachelor's degree, which, you know, I've been told my whole life is like the key to a successful job, right? And I go to apply and I get multiple interviews. And one is the one I took. It was a full-time position, not at all in what I wanted to do. It was a customer service position. And it was $10.50 an hour. And it was the highest paid position I was looking at, hands down. I got offered another position that was $9 an hour, and the local newspaper was like, we would love to hire you, but we can only pay you minimum wage, $7 and something an hour. Like, you are smoking absolute truckloads of something, because like, no, You know, I was married. We couldn't afford to live on that. So anywho, I know that's the case most places, that like there's not a ton of jobs that have good pay, blah, 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 but it's really the case here. And so that's one of my like missions, is to hire here as much as possible. And honestly, I mean, they don't need to be local. There's no reason that everybody I hire has to be local. I can easily do everything I need to do with my team virtually. But it's just like, you know, something that's like part of my heart, I guess you could say. While I was there though, I realized that tomorrow I have an interview at the same coffee shop that I went to today. And it's at 11 in the morning, and at 12 we have an antique fair starting in our town, which takes over the whole like main street of our town. Like, oh geez, but I don't know where else to sit down with somebody and interview them because I don't have an office, you know, anymore. So yeah, it's just fun time. I was just sitting here like thinking about what I want to say next, and my camera has like this auto mode situation, this vlogging camera, and it just switched to infant. So obviously for some reason I looked like an infant that it needed to switch to. But while I'm sitting here, let's chat a minute about hiring. Because I think it's one of those things that is like very like scary and off in the far distance for most people, but also one of those things that like nobody understands and nobody talks about. So I actually have a podcast episode that's gonna go live probably several weeks from when y'all see this. Oh, my pizza's done, hold on. Okay, got my pizza. I burnt it a little bit. It was very hard to cut too because I burnt the piss out of the bottom of it, but it's okay. It's all right. Still gonna be yummy. I do have a podcast episode coming out about this in a couple weeks, but essentially when it comes to hiring for your business, the formula that I use when I'm trying to decide like who to hire, what to hire out for, not who to hire as the person, but like who as a role, really happens at the intersection of a couple different things. So if we were making one of those like Venn diagrams, it would have 3 circles, you know, like one here, one here, one here, and where they all intersect in the middle is hopefully what I would hire out for. And so one circle is going to be all the things that take a very, very long time and are, you know, too time consuming for me or someone else on my team maybe to continue to do based on like the role at hand. The other circle is full of things that I hate to do or someone on my team hates to do if we're looking to offboard something off of them. And then the other circle are all things that I'm still doing that I don't have to be the one doing. So for example, when I'm looking to hire for this position, which is not gonna make a lot of sense right now when I say it like this, because I'm hiring for customer service, but I'll explain. When I was looking at, you know, what needed to happen and who I needed to hire, I was really looking at hiring a video editor because that's really kind of where a couple of those intersected. I love to do editing, like I love to edit. It doesn't bother me. It's not something I hate or anything like that, but it's very, very time consuming and it's not something that only I can do. I can definitely hand that off. So I was looking at like people to hire and whatever else. And it really came down to, okay, do I hire out video editing, likely with a contractor, probably not an employee I can find locally, just because we don't have a lot of people here locally with those types of skills. And I know that sounds crazy, but y'all have to remember that I live in a very, very small town, okay? So it was looking at hiring out a contractor for video editing and then leaving my team as is. And Laura, my assistant, my full-time assistant, who does a lot of what we need done, like 99% of it, she has expressed to me before that if I was gonna offload anything off her plate, it would be customer service. And so it was either hire a video editor, leave Laura the same, or let Laura do my video editing because she has those skills. She's very trainable. She's very used to my style. She watches all my videos, blah, 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 and take something off of her plate, which I knew would be customer service. So I actually talked to her about it. Like, hey, what do you want to see happen? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to take on video editing and pass off customer service. So that's how we got to hiring for customer service. But that's also how I hired for customer service to begin with, like years ago. I hated doing it. I hated being in my email. I hated having to be the one to respond to everything. And it also took so much of my time. So eventually I got to the point where I was like, I need to hire somebody. And at the time it was contractors. So when it comes to like hiring, like what you need to hire for, I would kind of see those 3 categories: what you hate to do, what takes so much time for you to do, and something that is not necessarily something that only you can do. And as far as employees or contractors, it really depends on what stage of business you're at, honestly. You'll know when you get to the point where you're ready to hire employees with, you know, on payroll and paying taxes for them and all of that stuff. But until then, just hire contractors. Like it's totally fine. So yeah, that's like the ins and outs of how I decided on this position, and have decided in the past and will decide in the future. And I thought it would be helpful to share that because like nobody shares those types of things. Since we last talked, I ate my lunch, picked up the kids, you know, did the mom thing, folded all of those clothes. Lord have mercy. Laundry is like the worst. Anybody else agree? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I never show this side of my life on this channel. I thought I'd take y'all outside and show you the cows. We have some baby cows. Earl Dean, my house looks like it's a mess. It's really not that bad except for the laundry. We have Earl Dean, who is our like pet cow. Yeah. This is Earl Dean. Hey buddy, come here. He is a pet. A big pet. Oh, he has flies everywhere too. Big pet. You need some fly spray. Huh. All of these cows over here are getting ready to have babies. We have a baby somewhere over here. That's its mama. But she, oh, there he is. I don't know if y'all can see him. He's like right here, up in the woods. She hides him. She does not like anything being near her baby. So she hides him, and if I were to cross over this fence, she would try and eat me. It would not be good. We still have to paint our garage. Look at how they're different colors. I was telling somebody the other day how to get to our house, and I was like, you'll see it. There's a different colored garage hooked to our house. It's just because it's not painted yet. We'll get there. We had a new baby, and Jonathan had to carry it down to the barn, so I'm walking down to help him. I thought it would be a good end to this vlog. Oh, here's the feed. I'm gonna step in cow poop in my Birkenstocks. Now, what do you want me to do, though? Once you get there, you just walk back toward the gate. Okay. Oh, the baby. Oh my gosh. Good job. Oh, there's another one coming. Oh. Daddy, your baby's gonna leave. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Hi, baby. Okay. Hi, baby. I'm not gonna hurt you or your baby. Hi, Mama. There's a baby. Now, my shoes got cow shit on them, so I gotta wash them off. But he got her in there.